Jimmy Kimmel Live last week, the Wednesday and Thursday shows. And it was really fun. And, Rory said, you should talk about it on your podcast. I feel like people would be interested in hearing what that process is. And so I said, okay, let's see. You come in, first of all, the weeks before, they were on hiatus up until right before, but the head writer and a couple of the writers, let's see, Danny Ricker, Gary Goldberg, who is one of the OGs, and a guy named Josh Holloway. I remember his name because he's not Sawyer from Lost. Same name, though. So I did some emailing with them about a couple sketches. So we did a pre-tape that was a service that helps you. I tell people not to do podcasts.
Can you guess what kind of ball this is? That's right, a classic Spall.
Nope. But it's funny. And so we worked on that script, and we worked on a in-studio bit that involved Guillermo and my dad. But then right before they got off hiatus, they told me that Guillermo got COVID. So he couldn't do the bit, but instead we would call him and see how he's doing. And then I say, you're irreplaceable. And I say, boy, that Guillermo, he's irreplaceable, isn't he, Dad? And then my dad has got a mustache and is sitting in a security guard uniform, which was probably a good bit because it involved very little for my dad to do, but he got the laugh. So it was win-win. And Guillermo's just always comedy gold. So we worked on those ahead of time. And then, Wednesday morning, I come in at 9 a.m. I meet with the writers. They give me about 3 pages of jokes for the monologue. I circle the ones I like. We pitch on other stuff. I like being a part of the joke writing process because I do write jokes. They probably have a lot of guest hosts that aren't joke writers, but it was also awesome to just have just top-notch joke writers giving you a list of jokes, and then you've got something to work off of that's already good. And throughout the day, we just keep meeting with the writers. I keep meeting with the writers and just fine-tune the monologue. And it's like a 13-minute monologue every night. I mean, it's amazing what they generate each day. Then I meet with the segment producers. And Erin Irwin, who runs the whole show, is just takes me through everything and guides me through everything. And boy, they just want you to do well. It's just a really lovely energy there. And maybe it's because I know a lot of them, and I've stayed friends with a lot of them. I mean, Jimmy's cousin Mickey is there, and she's just one of the most special people in the whole world. And I trusted her with watching after my parents, and knew that she would just, she's just pure love. She's made of pure love. But then I met with another OG, Ken Crosby, who is one of the segment producers, and they take me through the guests that they talk to, and what questions they might want to be asked, and what if I have anything to add, if I have any experience with these people, with who's going to be the different guests. The guests were, I had 4 guests over 2 nights. It was James McAvoy, lovely, Taika Waititi, brilliant, but odd. And let's see, the next day was Kenan Thompson, and then Regina Hall, who's just awesome. So they tell me about what their interviews were like, their phone interviews with them, and how that might manifest into a good interview. And then there's a rehearsal. We run through kind of all the changes, the segments, from one segment to the other. We don't have the monologue quite yet. We don't have it's just kind of pieced together what we have so far. Then I think I eat a lunch. I start getting a little makeup put on me. Then I meet again with the writers. We fine-tune the monologue, and it goes in to the teleprompter, and we have another rehearsal at 1:30 and rehearse the monologue, see any bumps there, massage anything going on there. Is this interesting? I don't know. I'm taking you through it. And then, then I finish hair and makeup. I probably have a little nervous diarrhea. And then the show starts. Boom. You walk in, there's the guys on the crew that have been there since the beginning. And so I was there the first bunch of years. And so, and it was sweet. It was, they do this thing that I actually started, which is when Jimmy walks out to do the show, we all chant, best show ever, best show ever. And I had forgotten about it, but I guess they still do it. So the first night when I went to walk out, I walk out of the dressing room, and there they all are in a line. Best show ever! 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 And it made me a little choked up, maybe, And then I guess they didn't let the other guest hosts do this, because I believe, Jimmy, this was my idea, is they let me say at the end, sorry, Matt Damon, we ran out of time. Because, way back when, I remember Jimmy's second guest was the man with the longest arm hair. He couldn't get, it's true, he couldn't get the good guest because he was just starting out. And he wasn't, real hot shit yet, So I go, it'd be funny if you just acted like you had, the biggest movie star in the world, but you ran out of time, So it was fun to see those things still are kind of, I'm a ritual person, so I was very tickled by those things, and everyone was so nice. The band, led by Cleto Escobedo, who's Jimmy's childhood best friend. They met when Jimmy's family moved to Vegas when he was 9 from Brooklyn, and across the street is this Mexican family and with another 9-year-old kid, and they bonded over what else would any 9-year-old kids bond over? Their love of Letterman and Woody Allen movies. So, and if you know Cleto, he's got a very similar kind of sense of humor. And then his dad, Cleets, who also plays the sax, and that's a whole story, a beautiful story, but I love him and his wife Sylvia, and she was there every day. It was really fun seeing them, and the whole band, they're just awesome. They're just so special. Good people, good group of people there. And yeah, it was a good time. I think I've said everything there is to say about it. Nervous diarrhea. Yeah, it was fun. The first night I was I went out and it came out fine because the editors and Aaron, as they make it a show in those, couple hours they have before it airs on the East Coast, they really make you look good. They edit it to, there were things that I go, I want to keep that in. No, they made all the right choices and it looks great. But I'm telling you, the first night didn't go as well for me because I forgot to remember joy. I know that sounds so dumb, but if I don't, instead my headspace was letting the audience know I have everything under control, which is also a nice thing, but it wasn't my best self. I was we got this. I was kind of that vibe. And I got off stage, I fucking forgot joy. I love joy. And it was something that our friend Dave Ferguson would say. He goes, your thing is joy. And right before we would do our show on Hulu, he would go, backstage, he'd go, joy. And I'd go, oh yeah, joy. Joy. Who fucking cares? It's show business. There's no ceiling. It's just rafters and lights. It isn't real life. And I remembered to have fun the second night, and it was really, really fun. And by then I go, now I've got the hang of it. I want to keep doing it. But I'm not meant to be I don't think, a celebrity interviewer, although I am fairly good at it. And also it makes you go, whoa, Jimmy is really knows what he's doing, that guy.
Here's some ads.
Hello, Tushy. If you're a fan of the podcast, you know how I feel about Hello Tushy. Using their bidet is my #1 recommendation on how to avoid swamp ass this summer. The brand new Hello Tushy 3.0 modern bidet attachment is a stylish, eco-friendly, refreshing little shower for your ass. Ditch paper products that chafe and crumble. Choose a more eco-friendly and stylish way to send a soothing, cleansing stream of water up your booty. I love this. I personally, I like to feel like I am clean up to 2 to 3 inches up my asshole. And this really does it. And not only does it clean your ass, the Hello Tushy bidet cleans itself with the Smart Spray automatic self-cleaning nozzle. God, I love the word nozzle. I don't know why. Nozzle. Already got a Hello Tushy on the pot? Treat your ass to the new 3.0 model. If you're new to the revolution, join millions of happy Hello Tushy customers right now and have a clean butt with every flush. Defeat swamp ass. Go to hellotushy.com/Sarah to get 10% off plus free shipping. This is a special offer for our listeners only at hellotushy.com/Sarah for 10% off. hellotushy.com/Sarah. Because when you think Sarah, you think a clean asshole? Noom! Life's too short to be obsessing over what you eat. Figure out how to build smarter, more sustainable habits and behaviors with Noom. Noom helps you get healthier without a strict set of rules to follow. They use a cognitive behavioral approach, which I love. So you'll focus on the why instead of the what to change your relationship with eating. I love this because it's not about diet. It's about your relationship with food, and that's what this deals with. Using the app, you'll only need a few minutes a day to learn about your eating habits and track your progress. And there's a science behind all of this. More than 80% of Noom users complete the program, and more than 60% of users lose 5% or more of body weight, and 60% of them keep the weight off for a year or more. Start building better habits for healthier long-term results. Sign up for your trial at noom.com/Silverman. That's NOOM.com/Silverman. Sign up for that trial today. You got nothing to lose but weight.
And we're back.
And now let's take some calls.
You left me a message. Now I'm playing it for the world. Let's hear some voicemails.
Hi, Sarah. My name is Brenna. I'm just calling because I have left this cute little chocolate shop in Bentonville, Arkansas, where the infamous Alice Walton was checking out in front of me, along with her 3 assistants, and all of which I am hoping have their driver's license. Paid for their chocolate goodies in front of us, and those fucking assholes didn't fucking tip. And it's COVID world, and it's their playground, and just needed a place to vocalize the fact that we witnessed evil in a pure form today at the cutest chocolate shop. And I'm going to plug their name, so feel free to cut me off. But it's Markham and Fitz in the 8th Street Market in Bentonville, Arkansas. Highly suggest. 10 out of 10. Go in and tip and say, this is because the fucking Waltons fucking suck and ruined Bentonville.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow. This Walton family. This Walton family is proof that, okay, so these are the Walton family in America. They're the richest, I'm sure the richest family in America, one of the richest families in the world. They own Walmart. They are proof that the richest people are so fucking cheap. I mean, I see proof of it again and again in micro and macro scales. Fuck. I don't think it's possible to be multi-billionaires without fucking over the people that work for you. They're cheap. You know, I could also say this woman is very rich, very pampered. She probably has no idea how tipping works. This is not an excuse for her. I'm just saying she's probably never tipped anyone in her life. It's probably not any part of her consciousness. This family, the Waltons, I don't like talking in absolutes. They are disgusting. Walmart doesn't pay taxes. Not only that, they're so goddamn cheap. The Waltons, these people, on top of being so fucking rich and not paying corporate taxes, they suck off the government teat. I'll tell you how, because we did an episode of this on the Hulu show. They do not pay their employees a working wage because they can legally get away with doing that. The minimum wage is not a living wage. So what they do is they instruct their employees how to get government assistance. We pay Walmart's employees through our taxes because they need government assistance to be able to live whilst working full-time at Walmart. That's how gross they are. So I would say yes, you can go ahead and tell them all to suck an egg, including Alice. Alice is worth $61 billion. She is, that's just her family's slice. Whole family should be ashamed of themselves. She's the 20th richest person, and the second richest woman in the world. And she cannot be bothered to tip a server at a chocolate shop. And that's how they are, though. That's how they are. They're rich. They skimp. They're cheap. I have looked her up before. She is not a philanthropist. I'll tell you where she puts her money. In politics. She's donated to the left. She's donated to the right. Whoever's in power. Because that's in their best interest. Money. All they know is money. All they equate happiness with, success with, is money, no matter how it's accrued. Is that the right word? Accrued? Huh. Gross. And we wonder why there aren't regulations for the uber rich in this country. They finance our representatives. It's fucking gross. It's why Citizens United has to end. Because it's legal corruption. Citizens United, it sounds so nice, is the thing where corporations count as people. And they can just give money to politicians. This woman could end world hunger. She could make sure every single person who wants an education has one. She could if she wanted to. She could do it. Her family could do it. But they don't. It wouldn't even occur to them. I don't think it would even occur to them. No wonder we're going extinct. We're cunts as an animal. We're fucking greedy cunts. Ugh, I don't remember the question, but what else?
Hi, Sarah. My name's Chris. Thanks for your wonderful and authentic show. I wanted to talk about cancel culture. It's come up a few times, and specifically from a perspective of a former offender, of which I am. 12 years ago, I sexually offended and abused my position of authority, and I pled guilty as soon as my attorney would let me, and was incarcerated and am on 10 years of probation, which is awesome to have the help with my ongoing accountability. But I'm really pissed off at people like Cuomo and Cosby and Weinstein because they're maligning their victims. They're not taking responsibility for their hurtful choices. They're doubling down on their dirty deeds, and it pisses me off. I mean, if there's ever going to be any hope of making a path back into society for someone who's offended, it starts with them taking responsibility. So anyway, this is hard. But thanks for your show, and it's really great. Bye-bye.
It's pretty special to hear someone who did a bad thing and then did a good thing with it. Took responsibility. I mean, this is beautiful to me, a bit. You know, it couldn't be beautiful without the act of him doing a terrible thing. But for him to own up to it, to plead guilty and do his time is quite extraordinary. I'm not trying to give him a prize for it, but it is quite extraordinary. I'd be curious to know how he has influenced other people that he's served time with, how he's influenced people that he's come across, because hearing this kind of thing is kind of inspiring. I'm tiptoeing a little bit because there's a victim in all of this. And of course, I don't want to lose sight of that. But as much as you hope that she finds closure, you hope also for the assaulter, the offender, that there's some kind of growth there. And sure seems like there is. And I would guess one could affect the other, you know? I mean, I don't know. Him admitting to it and pleading guilty is maybe quite helpful in the healing of the woman he assaulted. Maybe. I'm afraid to celebrate him too much because of that. I don't know all the right things. But so much of not wanting to come forward when you've been assaulted is knowing that the person you're accusing is never going to admit what they did, will not acknowledge it. And there are so many reasons not to come forward when you've been assaulted. This woman did, and I'm so glad she did. And what she did was brave, any way you slice it. And hey, if it's mentionable, it's manageable, right? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe she had evidence and it behooved him to admit it. But as a caller, it didn't sound like it. It sounded like he was genuine and very much wanted to plead guilty and has had remorse and has remorse. I don't know. I don't know what his point was. He said this about cancel culture, but I think maybe he just wanted to say that after doing something deeply wrong, he maybe did something deeply right. And yeah, I'll put that on the air.
Here's some ads.
Why is healthcare so unnecessarily complicated? Thankfully, one company is making it easier when it comes to birth control. The Pill Club is a birth control subscription prescribed by a medical professional and delivered straight to your door for free. This is amazing. I've always used low estrin FE, and it makes it so easy to get these pills. They come right to your home. The Pill Club carries over 120 FDA-approved brands. Most brands of birth control are free with insurance or Medicaid. Otherwise, prices start as low as $7 per month without insurance. The Pill Club delivers birth control to your door for free in discreet packaging. Right now, when you go to thepillclub.com/Sarah, the Pill Club is offering a $10 donation to bedsider.org for every Sarah Silverman podcast listener who becomes a patient. Your donation will help low-income individuals get access to birth control through bedsider.org. That's thepillclub.com/Sarah to get your first birth control care package and donate to help more women in need of affordable birth control. Win-win. I love this. Remember, thepillclub.com/Sarah. You must use the link to make a donation. Genexa. Okay, Genexa. Here's some news about your medicine cabinet that might make you actually feel a little sick. Those brands you've been turning to for decades are filled with unnecessary chemicals, but Genexa makes medicine with the active ingredients you need, minus the artificial ones you do not. Genexa was founded by two dads on a mission to make clean medicines. Genexa medicine has the same exact effective active ingredients you need without unnecessary artificial dyes, preservatives, and fillers that you don't. Whether you need to manage pain, allergies, or just the common cold, Genexa treats the same symptoms as the leading brands. I've always liked generic brands of things because it's just the same stuff. This is 10 times better because it doesn't include the garbage you don't need. They have everyday essential medicines for adults, kids, and infants that cover a variety of health issues. Start cleaning out your medicine cabinet today. Go to Genexa.com/Sarah for 20% off your first purchase. Go to Genexa.com/Sarah for 20% off your first purchase. That's Genexa.com/Sarah.
And we're back.
Hi Sarah, my name's Devlin. I'm from London. I'm a really big fan. I love all your jokes. I think one of my favourite ones was the recent one you did. Well, not recent, but the one that you did about like the hook for a hand joke when your sister brings over
it's a true story.
her friend and she's got a hook for a hand you don't realise. Anyway, I just thought I'd say. Anyway, my question was, I was reading the IPCC report about climate change and how we're in a really bad place with it and like how everything's getting pretty downhill rapidly. and like how it's going to take a lot to combat it and come back from it. And I was just wondering what your thoughts are on it and how you cope when events like these trigger such existential dread. Thank you again for everything you do. You're amazing. Thanks.
I know a little bit about this beyond what the everyday person does, just because we did an episode of it on the Hulu show, I Love You, America. But, the frustrating thing is, for so many of us, I recycle, I do all those things. It's second nature now, we do everything we can. We recycle, we do everything we can, to combat climate change. But the truth is, there are 100 giant companies, 100 companies that cause 71% of all the global emissions on this earth. 71%. So that's the kit and the caboodle. I don't even know what that means anymore. I've been saying it lately, and what does that mean? I don't know. Yeah, 100 big giant companies, and you're not going to believe this. A lot of them are gas and oil companies. What are the chances? Again, it's the ability of the most rich and powerful to buy policy and government that is the end of us. It's the end of us. There's a reason why Trump's racist Muslim ban was every Muslim country except for Saudi Arabia. Why? Because they're oil buddies. They're his oil friends. They're our oil friends. They're rich. Trump does business there. Qatar, which I always want to call Qatar, but I've been told enough times that it's pronounced Qatar. One of the world's biggest sponsors of terrorism. But guess what? The World Cup's going to be there. Because they're oil rich, baby. They can do what they want. Look at this MBS? Who's the head of... Yeah, MBS, that's his name. He got that journalist Khashoggi killed. It doesn't matter. He's our rich oil buddy. People in power do not fucking care about the planet or terrorism. They don't care. They love money. They don't care about their kids. They don't care about their grandkids. They don't care about the future. These are scorched earth motherfucking people. It is the billionaires and the people going to the moon, because why not? Scorched earth shit, baby. I'm sure they probably have some kind of bunker, some kind of biodome planned for themselves. Yeah, 100 companies contribute 71% of all the greenhouse gas emissions. I don't want to say don't bother recycling. Keep recycling. I'm gonna. What is it? What, are you busy? But truly, you'd probably do better just nonstop writing emails to policymakers. I don't know. How do I handle it? Denial. That's what we all have to do. Denial, just to get through a day. I mean, this is it. This world we're watching it crumble in terrifying disaster. Denial. That's the only way to get through it. And then I go to sleep and I have horrible nightmares and I wear a night guard so I don't grind my teeth down to nubs. Because that's where we're at. This is the fucking end. Don't procreate. You're crazy. You know how everyone says adopt dogs? Adopt people. Adopt human children. If you want kids, there are 14 million of them without homes or families. That took a turn, but really it's right on topic. All right, what else?
Hi, sir. My name is Mark, and I
Hello,
am
Mark.
in my 50s. And I have a question for you because I've never really understood this. And this is probably going to sound silly, but I hear this all the time that you need to love yourself. Love yourself first. And I don't understand that. Not because I'm stupid, but because it just doesn't make sense to me how I can love myself. So that's my question for you. And I hope it makes sense. I just don't get it because I feel like I've got too many flaws that prevent me from ever loving myself. I hope that makes sense. Thanks.
All right, Mark. I would ask you this. Do you only love unflawed people? I don't know if you know the answer to this, but I do. It's no. Because there are no unflawed people. Everyone is flawed. There is not an unflawed person on this earth. And if you love anyone at all, you love someone who is flawed. Can you believe it? They deserve love even though they're flawed. RuPaul says it at the end of every one of his shows. If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? You may think that you can loathe yourself or not love yourself or not accept yourself. That's what that is, accepting yourself. And still be able to love someone else. But a self-loathing person, a person that does not accept themselves, who does not understand that they deserve love, when they do find love, they end up loathing that person. Why? Because they love them back. Because what kind of asshole would love me? My guess is that you tend to chase after unrequited love. Someone who does not love you back because you respect them for it. And that's heartbreaking. Is that a pattern in your life? When you get love back, do you find it disgusting? That's why you have to accept yourself with all your flaws, first and foremost. You won't even believe how much extra space it leaves for other people to love other people and accept them, warts and all. The goal is loving yourself so that when someone loves you, you're not disgusted by it. You respect it. It makes sense because you know that you are worthy of love just the way you are. Mr. Rogers says it. He told me years ago through the TV screen. He said there's no one in this whole planet that can... what did he say? He says, nobody has the ability to be you but you. You're the only one who can be you. And I like you just the way you are. I think it's something like that. All right. What else?
Hi, Sarah. This is Belize from New York. I love you. In my head, we're friends. I've been friends for years, so just checking in. But I did have a question. I watched your Kimmel gig slot, and I noticed that when you sat down with the guests, you wore glasses, but when you did the monologue, you didn't.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know if there was any particular reason for that. You looked gorge, you are gorge, and I love the show.
Okay. I have an answer for that. When I turned 40, my perfect vision rapidly declined and I can't see anymore. But I can see much better distance, but I can't see anything close up. So, say for the monologue, they had to make the font size of the teleprompter like the largest it can be, but I can see at a distance, so I don't need glasses. But when you interview the guests, they put little notes on a little blue card you probably have seen on talk show hosts' desks. And I cannot read that size font. without glasses. Can't do it. And I don't want to mess up because you want to lead the guest into stories they want to tell or projects they want to promote. So it's important to get that right. And it's not scripted, but it's just basic bullet points, questions you want to make sure to get in the first act, or this and that. There's all sorts of parameters and stuff. And so yeah, I didn't wear glasses for the monologue, and then I just put glasses on for the desk stuff because it would be weird to put them on, take them off, put them on, take them off. And mostly I needed to see what for me is completely unreadable without glasses. Was that a sentence? Did I just form a sentence? I started a sentence. I don't know if I ended it well, but I think you know what I mean. That's the mind-blowing, fascinating story behind why I did not wear glasses for the monologue, but I did for the interviews. Wow. What else?
Hey, Sarah. This is Ash from Atlanta. Love your podcast. Keep it going. My question is this. How do you feel about all these reboots of old shows and movies? And it just, to me, it seems unnecessary. I feel like Hollywood is just not being original, and they just keep regurgitating just movies and shows that we loved, and they're just destroying them, essentially. Just want to get your take on it.
Again, it's like, on one hand, it's like billion-dollar industries being cheap as fuck because they, like, own the property. They're like, yeah, you can redo that. But I'm of a few minds of this, I guess, because, like, on the other hand, reboots are only reboots to the older people. It's new. Everything old is new again to certain generations. When I was a kid, they did a reboot of King Kong with Jessica Lange. And I loved it. And I probably would have never watched the, one from 1934 or whenever it was. Fay Wray. I know that just from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Fay Wray and King Kong. But, sometimes it's lame as fuck. I got actually offered a role in an all-woman version of Glengarry Glen Ross. And I was like, fuck no. Like, just write original shit. That stuff is corny to me. But then on the other hand, a third hand, I did just see an ad for a reboot of The Wonder Years with a black family. Now, I kind of just said that, they do the female version or whatever. So, I don't know. Part of me is like, is that lame? But then part of me is like, I can't wait to see that. I love the original, and this is, going to be a new voice version of that, and... But so I don't know. I feel a spot where I could defend or fight for either side of this argument, and those are the most fun arguments. But in general, I know what you mean. It's like, make original shit. Make original shit. But all these, you could say make original shit, like all these Marvel movies, they're based on Marvel comics and, whatever, but there's some pretty original stuff happening in some of those, Or maybe you want to remake something that's so great but so problematic in retrospect, and you have a chance to make this and have people see it without, having to see the stuff that is so intensely problematic in today's world, Like a bummer. It's interesting to see older stuff where you're like, oh, wow, look, when Harry met Sally. Wow, there's just no black people in New York at all? Or not. So, with the best intentions, there's just wildly problematic stuff just because art isn't evergreen, really, But yeah, I hear what you're saying. I don't know. Maybe sometimes it's a new vision of something. I'm still for original content. I'm with you. What else?
Hi, Sarah. My name's Jess, and I live in London. I'm getting married to my amazing male fiance in 3 weeks. And I'm very, very excited, but I'm pretty disappointed in myself because I've put on quite a lot of weight through the pandemic. And actually through the whole of this year, I've gained weight. And I went for my dress fitting, and the dress was too small, so now it has to be taken out for the wedding. And the goal was to lose weight, not to put it on. So, I mean, I'm sad. I'm really sad about it. And I just wondered if you had any advice. I know my fiance loves me, my parents love me, my friends love me, and it doesn't matter if I'm chubby. But, yeah, makes me sad in myself. So, anything you can help with, thanks. Bye.
I totally get it. And I see that you totally get it. You know that your fiance loves you, your parents love you, your family loves you, your friends love you. It doesn't matter. I get it. And I get that you get it. But, you know, you have to love you. And I fucking know that feeling of just being disappointed. I'd be feeling sad about it. I've been there a few times. Sure. I would say the following. Get the dress taken out. Have it fit your body as it is right now. Maybe spend the next 3 weeks. You find an hour every couple days or so and get your sweat on. Not to lose weight. You're not going to lose weight in 3 weeks. You know, have the dress fit you now. But just to get your sweat on. Don't think about it. Don't wonder what's the point anyway. It's not about losing weight. Just get your sweat on. That's going to get you started on a better mindset, I think. Be mindless about it, too. For me, when it comes to exercise, if I think about it, I will not do it. Because I can think of a million reasons why there's no point in doing it. And talk myself out of it and then feel like this awesome relief that I'm not going to work out. But, hey, what do they say? You're 40 minutes away from a great mood. I mean, it fucking feels good to get your sweat on. Whether I get these Peloton. I don't have a Peloton bike, but I got the app. Like, I signed up for the app, and there's just a million different classes that you just need a floor. And I like those because you can do 5-minute arms, and you feel like you did something. Then you go, maybe I'll do a 5-minute this or a 10-minute this. But yeah, be mindless about it. Just put your sneakers on and do it. Don't think about it because you'll talk yourself out of it. And then just get your sweat on. And I just think it's going to put you in a better place and you'll feel like you're going towards something, you know? I always think like when Thanksgiving and Christmas, people go, I'm just going to gain weight, whatever. It's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, I'm going to pig out. And I go, that's the time where I'm going to like exercise. Then I'll be ahead of the game for everyone's like New Year's resolution or whatever. It's all just tricks we play with our mind. None of it matters. We're probably brains in jars. But if you're looking for some sort of advice, and I'm willing to pull some sort of advice out of my ass, it would be that. Just get your sweat on a few days a week for the next few weeks until the wedding and beyond. And it's just about your mindset and just feeling like you're doing something good for yourself. And your dress will fit you because you're getting it made to fit you. And that's that. It is what is. That's all I can say. I get it. Could be much worse. And I have a feeling you're beautiful just the way you are. And you're going to look back on the pictures and think, I can't believe I was upset. Look how healthy I look. Look how not gaunt I look. I don't know. But for your own head, yeah, get your sweat on. Even power walk. I'm a big fan of the power walk. Because it's good for you and it's funny. I don't know. I know it doesn't look cool, but running hurts me. When I play basketball, it's different for some reason. But just like going on a run, I feel like I can feel my like spine being crushed. I like the power walk. And it's fun because every once in a while you see another middle-aged woman and you both do that like, hey, yeah, I get it. All right. Dad, we are rounding down. This is the end. We're wrapping it up. Another episode. Dunzo. This is where I say subscribe, rate, and review wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you like watching with your eye holes, you can watch it on YouTube. And whichever way you take it in, press follow or like or subscribe or whatever the fuck, because that helps us stay on the air. Helps us keep having a show. All right.